Because as a leader, the one thing I did fucking horribly wrong is I'll never forget, I screamed for SEAL Team 6. Mm-hmm. After my first platoon, no one does that. Mm-hmm. I got picked up. Mm-hmm. And
you deploy with them?
With SEAL Team 6? Yeah. No, never did.
Never did.
So I got picked up after my first platoon at SEAL Team 5 for Green Team. Mm-hmm. And after my second platoon, this is when things started going bad for me.
Green Team, if you don't know, listeners, the training program for DevGro SEAL Team 6. Yeah.
So basically, what happened to me, and this is the first time I've actually talked about it openly, but who gives a shit? Talking about leadership. On my second platoon, I actually started developing an attitude towards people who didn't PT hard, mm-hmm. who didn't get after, who worked. Because I took it all the way to the limit. And so I should have been a better leader by knowing, okay, you know what, not everybody wants to be David Goggins. Yeah. Not everybody wants to go run 100 fucking miles. Not everybody,
right. Everyone's got different skills.
Everybody got different skill sets. Yeah. And not everybody, maybe they want to go to the gym, whatever. The gym is fine, but it was just a different standard. So I couldn't take away my standard for the whole of the group.
Interesting.
I looked at people like, fuck you, man. You ain't trying to get fucking hard, fuck you. So my mentality, I wasn't a good leader. Mm-hmm. And I look back on that now. Trust me, a lot of people could have done things differently. I'm taking accountability for what I could have done differently.
Right, good.
I looked at that. So my mentality from a weak kid became super hard. Like beyond hard. Next level hard. And but that's what I thought I was getting myself into. As a leader, I should have stepped back and was, hey, these are your expectations, David Goggins.
Right.
What are we here to accomplish?
Right.
I came home to get my orders to go to Green Team. Never got them.
Interesting.
So I got shitty. Oh, you guys are against me now. Okay, I see what's going on. That's how I ended up going to Delta Force, trying out for them a couple times. Pissed more people off. Mm-hmm. So
you did that as a SEAL.
As a SEAL.
Anybody can go screen if you're active military. You got the credentials.
But the thing about it is we have our own.
Yeah.
we have our own SEAL Team 6.
Yeah.
So for a SEAL to go, I'm going to go scream for Delta.
Yeah, they don't like that.
They don't like that.
You're not the only one who's done it though.
Right.
Yeah, there've been a bunch of team guys that have gone that.
So you get tagged.
Yeah.
So basically, it's important to lead by example. And when I say lead by example, if you're the leader, it's the loneliest job on the planet. And if you do it, you have to be up early. You have to leave late. You got to do the sucky jobs. At least that's how I look at it. You got to be the man that is always the person who's being held accountable to the highest standard, and not expecting your people to do anything that you're not going to do 20 times more than they are, even when you're the leader. And it's all about accountability for yourself in leadership roles, not about being pissed because people aren't doing what you're doing. Everybody has different skill sets. So I was in Buds for so long, and went through so many different times in Hell Week and stuff. I was in Bud's class with Danny Dietz.
Yeah, I remember.
Who's on that op? I was on with Michael Murphy,
Great guy.
Congressional Congressional Medal of Honor winner. I was around the same time as Marcus Luttrell. Marcus Luttrell's twin brother. I was there for him to go through.
No shit. Yeah.
I was there for a lot of the guys in the QRF team. A guy named good God, I hate that I forget his name. Anyway, he got the honor man in my Buzz class 230.
Chris Christensen? Or?
No,
that was
Buzz class 230. He was in that chopper that went down.
Yeah.
So all these different guys, I knew them all. And I was at free fall school during the incident with Morgan Luttrell, Marcus Luttrell's twin brother.
Yeah.
And I got the information before Morgan did about the op. Happened the last day of free fall school. So we're getting ready to graduate, and I went to tell Morgan what happened, and Morgan knew his brother wasn't dead. No one else knew if he was dead or alive, but Morgan knew he wasn't.
Just because he was a twin, he could feel it.
Yeah, he could feel it. So 4 days later, I got a call from Morgan saying they found Marcus alive. And I was like, shit, man, that's crazy. So a few months later, it was still haunting me a little bit. And I was like, you know what, I got to find something to do. So at this time, I was much bigger. I was in the bodybuilding, and my cardiovascular activity was the elliptical trainer for 20 minutes every Sunday. Was my cardio. So me and this guy named Josh Pickendova got off on this crazy workout routine of volume, lots of repetitions, lots of push-ups, lots of sit-ups, lots of leg presses, but no running. I heard about it, Googled the 10 hardest races in the world, and what came up was this race called the Badwater 135.
I've heard it, yeah.
135-mile run through Death Valley, 130 degrees.
To the top of Mount Whitney, isn't it? Or something
It's to the portal.
To the portal, okay.
The portal of Mount Whitney. Starts from the lowest part of the Western Hemisphere to the portal of Mount Whitney. And so I found a great foundation, Special Operations Warrior Foundation.
Right.
I said, you know what, I'm going to raise money for these guys. But I didn't know that this race was a one-day race. I thought it was a stage race. I mean,
That's just for completion.
yeah, that's shit. I mean, 135 miles, you probably get 2 weeks to do this, whatever. So I'd only run 20 miles, was my longest run ever. And this year, I just got back from Iraq, went to free fall school. I hadn't done any running at all. And so called up Chris Costman, the race director of Badwater, and he said to qualify for my race, I'll come up on a Wednesday. So to qualify for my race, you have to run 100 miles in 24 hours or less. And I was like, is that even fucking possible? I was like, this is crazy, man. I didn't know about this world. So he said, there's a race. He goes, you got to qualify. He goes, but there's only 2 races left pretty much. It was that race and another race called the Hurt 100 in Hawaii. One of the hardest trail races in the world. Which I knew nothing about that world at all. So the first race was on Saturday. Come up on Wednesdays, Saturday. And it's called the San Diego One Day, where you run around the 1 mile track for 24 hours.
Good God.
To see how many miles you can get.
Yeah.
I was a big time knucklehead, and I don't know if you know Joe Burns or not.
I know him well, yeah.
So it was a Friday before it was 3 days after I called Chris Costman up. Joe Burns in the gym working out, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna get hard. Joe put me through all 3 of my hell weeks. He was the daggone lead instructor. So I said, I'm gonna go get hard with Joe Burns. He was doing heavy squats, deadlifts, power cleans, just a grand animal workout. And I'm gonna run 100 miles the very next day. Okay, so I go in there unknowing, just team guy shit. I'm going there to just lift some weights. went there, lived a hard day. Next morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm out on this track with a blue lawn chair, Mileplex, and Ritz crackers. That's my nutritional plan for 24 hours of running.
Right.
So the first 50 miles were fine. Not too bad.
Yeah. How long did that take?
You know what? I'm not sure how long it took, but it took me 12 hours to do 70 miles.
Okay.
I do know that.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good clip.
Yeah.
Especially for not a runner.
Yeah.
I was well tapered, obviously. But this next 30 miles is with Hell Week, Ranger School, all this. Nothing will ever. The learning experience I got from mile 70 to mile 101, that's what I ended up getting, changed my life forever. I thought I had gone through all these different crucibles in my life, and I thought I was at the pinnacle of mental toughness, as they call it, mental toughness, whatever. Mental toughness is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's not a class.
Yeah.
So I was here, and I thought, man, I'm way up here mental toughness wise. My mindset's great. Mile 70, I sat down in this chair, and my nutrition was so bad. My plan was so messed up. I sat down, and I literally had to go to the bathroom so bad. I hadn't gone to the bathroom in 12 hours. And that Ritz cracker was basically a Ritz cracker ball, because without the proper water and stuff. I mean, I was just jacked up. So I sat there, and at the time I was married, and I couldn't stand up, and I couldn't go to the bathroom. I basically sat there and took a shit on myself, started peeing blood. And my ex-wife used to be, I don't know if she's or not, I don't know what she's doing now, but she was a nurse. And I was in bad shape. But I hadn't really gone to the bathroom that bad yet. Not like I did afterwards, but I was pretty bad.
It's TMI, right?
Yeah, I was pretty bad. But the thing was, I couldn't get up. My mind was all messed up. But one thing I realized that kills most people in any kind of training in life, this life period, is we get so anxious. And in that 1 or 2 or 3 seconds,
you seize up.
I call it the 1 second decision. Yeah. You seize up, but you flood the compartment, which is your brain, of all this shit. The what ifs. Oh my God, you spaz out, and then you quit, and then once you quit, you regret it. Happens all the time in Hell Week.
Yeah.
130 hours. You get in the first hour, they freeze your ass off, and you can't comprehend 130 hours of the shit. You're freezing. You're not going to go home that night. You're not going to Island Pasta to get the pasta meal that night. Your ass is mine, and you can't handle it. So I started just learning these processes of calming my brain down. I'm in the worst shape of my entire life. I've gone 70 miles. I've never gone past 20 miles. I'm horrible. It's a great rewarding feeling, but it's also a feeling of the worst pain I've had in my life. My feet are broken, I'm messed up bad, and I had to take this big pile of shit and slowly start to compartmentalize what was in front of me. And the first thing was, you can't stand up. Your blood pressure's messed up, so you can't go another 30 miles unless you be able to stand up. Fix that. Got around those issues. I was able to stand up, got on the track again, and I was barely making it on the track. And then this is what changed my life to this day. I can't really imagine anything ever topping it. At mile 81, my ex-wife looked at me and she said, "You're not going to, we're not going to make this time." Because I was going like a 30-some minute miles, barely getting around the track. The shape I was in at mile 70 was the worst shape of my life. I can't say it enough. I ended up running I ran 101 miles. I ran the next 20 miles. Didn't walk another step. And I did it in like 18 hours and 56 minutes. And what I believe happened to me is when my mind, body, spirit, everything, for the first time, and it's never happened again since that time, everything really connected. When my mind knew he's not going to quit.
They have to do this.
Yes.
Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. I gave myself no way out. My mind said, we have to find more.